everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen and another installment of What's for Dinner. Tonight we have a homemade, from scratch, cheeseburger macaroni that you are going to love. What you see before you is really a bacon cheeseburger macaroni because we've added a little bit of bacon sprinkled on the top, but we're going to serve that on the side so anyone who wants it can add it to theirs. But what I'm going to share with you is a basic cheeseburger macaroni that you can make any night of the week, and you don't have to buy a box to make it happen. So let's go see how we make this delicious, from scratch, cheeseburger mac. Alright, we're just going to go over all of the ingredients for our cheeseburger mac. This is a way for you to make this at home without having to buy a box mix, because I'm here to tell you that this is going to be 100% better for you. Not to mention, it doesn't have all of those nasty preservatives, artificial flavors, artificial colors, and a litany of chemicals that you cannot pronounce. So I'm going to show you how I do it at home. Okay, so when you see the ingredients before you, you will know that you can totally make this at home, probably from what you already have on hand. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of dry elbow macaroni, 4 cups of beef stock or beef broth or beef consomme, or, you know, whatever you have on hand. This is better than bouillon that I've reconstituted. 2 cups of milk, 2 medium-sized sweet onions, which ends up being about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of blended cheddar cheese, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of steak seasoning, a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. The steak seasoning has salt in it already. And I have a pound of bacon that I baked off. We're not going to be putting the bacon in the cheeseburger macaroni. I'm going to chop it up and we're going to be able to garnish on top if you so desire, because I think that I prefer a bacon cheeseburger when I have a cheeseburger, so I thought it might be nice to throw some bacon on top of that and call it cheeseburger mac. Bacon cheeseburger mac, pardon me. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to brown off my ground beef, and I'll meet you over at the stove when it's time to move forward after the ground beef has been good and browned off. Alright, our ground beef has browned up nicely. Now, for those of you who are new to this and maybe don't know, when you brown ground beef, you actually want to brown it until there's no more water. You want to hear this sound, which is like crackly, like when you're frying bacon. That's what you want this to sound like. You don't want it to sound like simmering, bubbling, like there's still a lot of water in there, because you're really not browning the ground beef. You want to let it go all the way until you hear really, really sizzling. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add my onions, my garlic, and my seasonings. Get this all stirred in there. It smells really, really good. And we just want to give this a quick turn. No need to go ahead and saute this all the way down, simply because we're going to be adding all of these other things in here, and it's going to cook for like 15 minutes until this macaroni is ready. So what I want to do is throw the macaroni in there and give it a good turn. You kind of want to toss this in here and get that macaroni coated in some of those good pan drippings, because this will help keep everything nice and separate and they won't clump together when you cook it. Then we're going to add our beef stock. Again, give everything a good zhuzh after you get it in the pan. We're going to add some milk. This is looking familiar, right? For those of you who use the stuff in the box. And I'm not dissing on you, because I've used the stuff in the box for years before I figured out, you know what? It's cheaper, easier, and healthier to make my own. And then, in with that cheese, I promise, this is going to be great. It's all going to come together, because the starches from the macaroni, it's going to kind of absorb. It's not going to kind of absorb. It is going to absorb all of those liquids, and everything's going to come out creamy and delicious and beautiful. And at the end, we can add some more cheese to the top if you want, or you can put cheese on the side and everybody can add some to their serving. So, this is looking pretty similar to the stuff in the box when you make it. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna bring this to a simmer, and then you're gonna put the lid on it and you're gonna let it cook on a medium heat. So I'm gonna turn down my heat to medium because I had it on medium high. Bring it to a simmer, let this boil 10 minutes until the macaroni is soft and ready to go, and we'll bring it back when it's time to show you what it looks like. All right, we have allowed this to simmer, and then I let it turned off the heat and I let it sit for a few minutes. I did notice that there was just a little bit of residual liquid that wouldn't absorb, so I did throw in a couple of tablespoons of Wondra just sprinkled over the top, and then I mixed that in. And then I turned off the heat, and I'm gonna tell you, this is really delicious.
It smells really good too.
It smells like cheeseburger macaroni, for sure. And really, this is stuff you guys probably already have on hand. Macaroni, ground beef, some cheese, a little beef stock that you can make from bouillon powder or throw in a can of beef consomme or something like that. This is super easy. If you so choose, you can throw in a can of diced tomato. We're gonna sprinkle some bacon over the top and a little additional cheese because, you know, why not? So we're gonna fix you a plate of this cheeseburger macaroni, and we will meet you back over at the counter so you can see what that looks like. There you have it. Delicious bacon cheeseburger macaroni or cheeseburger macaroni, depending on whether you sprinkle a little bit of bacon on the top. I've also sprinkled a little addition. Well, I know, honey, you would, but you know that your girls actually don't want to put bacon on there, so I actually put a little bit of extra cheese on the top, and I cannot explain to you how wonderful this smells. It smells just like cheeseburger macaroni. Imagine that. I've paired this with a little tomato and lettuce, some pickles, because it is cheeseburger mac, and I thought it would be fun to kind of do a deconstructed thing going on. So I know Rick's going to want to try this. He has not tasted it yet.
Okay.
You ready?
Good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mmm. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason to buy a box mix for this, folks. Super easy and delicious. You can make this any night of the week, and it's on the table in about a half an hour. So, I want to say thank you for stopping by my kitchen today so you could see how I made this delicious cheeseburger macaroni from scratch. If you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. And if you're so inclined, if you liked what you saw today, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. I hope you give this cheeseburger macaroni a try, and I hope that you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya. And I'm gonna put some of the scalloped apples in here, just like that. Well, maybe I am going to use all that. It's really only a couple of spoonfuls I took out of that jar there. Then we're going to pour over some seltzer. It's very fizzy.